You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodgers for Black and White Sports 2. Let's talk about Aaron Rodgers because today was his weekly appearance on the Pat McAfee Show. Of course, you can watch that here on YouTube. And Pat's available on podcast. That's usually where I try to catch him. Except when Aaron Rodgers makes an appearance, and then I'll watch it. But as we know, the Packers are struggling. They lost to the Commanders, Taylor Heineke, this past weekend. And we can tell there's some real issues involving chemistry. I would guess, as I'm watching it, I can tell there's issues with route running, being precise on the route running, things like that are causing Aaron Rodgers to underperform. Okay, he's got a passer rating of 94, and on the surface, yeah, that sounds great if it was 15 years ago. But now 94 is kind of middle of the road, to be quite honest with you. And for Aaron Rodgers, it's downright pedestrian. Now, he's got 11 TDs and 3 picks. But right, wrong, or indifferent, the offense obviously is struggling in Green Bay. Now, should be noted, didn't play any in the preseason. And, Aaron didn't exactly get all of his wide receivers together in the offseason and go out and work with them. There's a story out there about Peyton Manning. Back in the day, they drafted a guy named Anthony Gonzalez. And Peyton Manning was getting in his own car and driving back and forth out to his new wide receivers state. I think it was Ohio. I can't remember exactly, but the point was Peyton was going out there to throw to his new receiver, and he did it several times so they could build some chemistry with each other. And you don't hear those kind of stories when it comes to Aaron very much. Well, today Aaron Rodgers decided to, lack of a better way of putting it, throw his teammates under the bus. He did, absolutely. He was talking about mistakes, okay, and it's understandable. But he actually called for some of his teammates to potentially be benched. Wow, okay. I had just literally did a video yesterday, and look, I like a lot of what Aaron Rodgers has to say. I give him credit for being outspoken and sort of fearless when it comes to saying things. It's just some things I'm not sure you should say, at least publicly. And this seems to be an in-house thing. It should be between him and probably Matt LaFleur, maybe, right? The head coach or the offensive coordinator or all of the above. Let's get to this, and there is a little video from it. It's the Green Bay Packers fell to 3-4 on the season with a surprising loss to the Commanders. This is Larry Brown Sports. On Sunday, Aaron Rodgers is not exactly giving his opponent credit. Instead, the reigning MVP thinks the Packers have made so many mistakes that they may need to consider some lineup changes. Rodgers discussed Green Bay's 23-21 loss to Washington during his weekly appearance on the Pat McAfee Show. He was asked what the Commanders did to have success defensively against the Packers, and he bluntly replied, nothing. He said the real issue is mental errors that have been piling up for his team. This is crazy. Let's just take a little listen.
Quick pivot back to the Washington game. What exactly do you think? What were they doing defensively? I give their defense credit, honestly. Like, what are they doing, I guess, to give you guys a tough time for your offense?
Nothing.
So what do you think it is?
They got good players, but as far as like schematically, what did they do? Well, I mean, they have a nice front. They have a lot of first rounders in that front. They got a good, good linebackers, good on the back end. But we had so many just mental errors and mistakes. It's not the kind of football we're used to playing over the years. There have definitely been games, 4 or 5 seasons where we average, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 at the most, kind of mental errors or missed assignments per week. And some weeks you have like 4, 2 sometimes. This week, it's this season a lot more than that every single week. It's double digits every single week. It's Even on a game we had like 50 plays or something, it wasn't a ton of plays. Like, they had 37 minutes of time possession. A lot of mistakes.
Okay, so he's talking about mental errors. Well, this is what he would go on to say. Quote, guys who are making too many mistakes shouldn't be playing. Got to start cutting some reps. Maybe guys who aren't playing, maybe give them a chance. So he is literally talking about his teammates getting benched for mental errors on the field. Look, I've got no issues with him necessarily saying it. Just pretty surprised that he's saying it out loud in public and not keeping that in-house in the Packers organization. Because that, as you can see with this video, that's about to become the entire story. It absolutely is. I mean, somebody that a lot of people already feel like is kind of like gnarly with the organization and the front office and maybe even teammates back in the day, all that sort of thing. Yikes. He just threw his teammates under the bus and ran the bus right back over them and then backed the bus and drove back over them again. And I'm all for being tough on people. I'm all for it. Accountability, absolutely, you should. Hold your teammates accountable. You absolutely should. To go out in public and make this what's obviously about to drive the news cycle in Green Bay, this is going to be all they talk about in Green Bay and across the country for the rest of the week until they play again. And you don't often hear a quarterback. I can't remember the last time I heard a quarterback say that teammates should get benched. I don't know if I've ever heard it. Okay, and I'm 47. I've been watching football that I can actually recall since I was 5. So 42 years. Now, I'm sure maybe it's happened, and Lord knows, I'm sure it happens behind the scenes all the time when a quarterback whispers, look. Now, what usually happens is the quarterback just quits throwing that guy the ball. I mean, Tom Brady's famous for that. Let me help weed this guy out by not distributing the ball to him anymore, okay? But I understand Aaron Rodgers is in a unique position because he has no Davante Adams, and for whatever reason, and I will give him an understandable pass on one thing he has said over the years. Yeah, he doesn't always have a lot of weapons. He doesn't. Although, last year you had Davante Adams and you had Aaron Jones and you had Randall Cobb. And, I mean, my God, for years Tom Brady only had, like a Danny Amendola and a Gronkowski and a couple of running backs. Good luck, Tom. Oh, by the way, no problem. I'll go win, 6 rings. I'm just saying, wow. It's unbelievable that Aaron Rodgers come out and sort of threw his teammates under the bus like this. Absolutely crazy. I'm sure there'll be some Packers fans and some Aaron Rodgers fans that are like, good, I'm glad he did it, blah, blah, blah. They need to play better. Yeah, but who do you got on the roster right now? You got to play somebody. You get my point? And guys will be going out there, and now they got this in the back of their mind, and they're going to be pissed off or whatever. And maybe it will raise the level of performance for some guys. Maybe it will. Or it could just make half the team hate his guts. I mean, that's possible too. All right? So, that's something to consider. I know there's already rumors out there that he has brought up them acquiring a wide receiver by trade. Don't blame him for that. He should bring that up. Absolutely. I just did a story yesterday where 3 unnamed NFL executives, including a general manager, thought the Packers were in a hell of a mess with him because they felt like that they had given him way too much leeway, way too much power in the organization, and now, they may have kept him a year too long is sort of what was insinuated. I understand. How do you get rid of him? when he's won how many MVPs, and he won, 2 in a row or something like that. He just won the MVP last year. Numbers aren't terrible right now at all. That TD to interception ratio is great. But that offense isn't good either. Tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. I wonder if Aaron honked the horn as he was running over his teammates just now. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.